It takes a man to admit when you're wrong. A man. And after Howie Roseman traded for A.J.Brown, well, guess what? He's a man. Dallas still stinks. You're by the way, King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. You know, I have this recurring nightmare for the last few years, and it always comes at least once a month, right? And this nightmare, I'm watching the Eagles in the draft, and I'm watching them, and it's the second round, and the Eagles are on the clock, and I'm like, you gotta take DK Metcalf. You gotta take DK Metcalf. And of course, they don't take him, they take somebody else. And in my dream, it's always some weird person. Like, one time it was Pee Wee Herman, which was really weird. Another time was Ray Liotta, which is weird too, because he just recently passed away. Rest in peace to him. And then it would be all sorts of like different people. None of them who belong in the NFL. And I think that's like my subconscious saying, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the umbrella man, does not belong in the NFL. But I'll wake up in a cold sweat and I'll be trying to catch my breath, and I'll realize it's true. It really happened, you know? But we could put all that rest today. We could put it away. I haven't had that dream since the draft, and we're going to get into it in a second. But before we do that, if you're new to the channel, please like, please subscribe. Believe me, you don't want to miss this season. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you've been subscribed for a while, thank you for all your support. Just double check, double moonwalk check. Make sure you're still subscribed. Now, we are really in the dead part of the year. Like, this is the most dead part of the NFL season. Because look, you get the Super Bowl, then you get free agency, you get the draft. But once you get to where there's no more OTAs or no more minicamps, there's really nothing going on. And that's pretty much where we're at. Now, the Eagles will report to camp. For those that don't know, training camp will start, or they'll report on July 26th. Gosh, it can't get here soon enough, right? I cannot wait. But the Eagles are one of only 10 teams that will actually have their veterans and rookies report at the same time. According to Zach Berman, he said the Eagles are one of only 10 teams that will have rookies and veterans reporting to training camp the same day. In the Eagles' case, it's July 16th. Actually, it's July 26th. I think that was just a typo. The other 22 teams will have the rookies report on earlier days. Now, the Eagles have they have been doing this for a while, right? They've actually been doing this for a while. So they started doing this under Doug Peterson. I like it. I think bring everybody there at the same time and just go at it. But, man, I need Kent to get here. You know what I'm saying? And for those that watch the Philly Shakedown podcast, this Saturday will be the season finale of it. It'll be our first season, because we can't remember what episode we're on. So it's going to be the end of the first season finale. And then over the course of the next 3 weeks, we're going to kind of take a break. We'll have clips out and some things out, each week, because both of us will be away. So just look for that. Now, the reason I brought up my DK Metcalf recurring nightmare isn't because I want to tell you what I dream about at night. It's because I was reading an article, right? And it was about DK Metcalf. And I guess the title said, Seahawks star DK Metcalf sends a strong message to the Eagles. And I'm going, what is this message? What is this message? And what it was DK Metcalf went on Kevin Hart's Cold as Balls on YouTube, which I'll put a link in the description. And he basically, here's what it says. I'll just tell you what it says. Metcalf revealed that Philly is his least favorite place to play during a recent appearance on Kevin Hart's Cold as Balls YouTube show. The Philly-born actor was sitting in an ice tub opposite Metcalf when the conversation took a turn. I hate going to Philly, Metcalf said. You're goddamn right, snapped Hart, adding Eagles, making a squawking voice. Of course he made the voice. Prior to that, Hart asked Metcalf about his experience on draft day, and the All-Pro receiver expressed disappointment over not going the first round. He didn't mention the Eagles, though, when coming to the draft, when talking about the draft. I thought I should have been in the first round somewhere, Metcalf said. Now, Metcalf also talked about how he gets booed relentlessly when he goes to Philly. Doesn't feel like it's deserved. He should be getting booed. But I I know the deal. The Eagle fans aren't booing DK Metcalf because he's DK Metcalf. They're booing him because they're letting the Eagles front office and they're letting the Eagles know he should be an Eagle. That's what they were doing. Now, the only reason I bring this up is because you're going to be happy to know I haven't had that dream since the Eagles traded for A.J. Brown. And that's the point. The A.J. Brown trade, in my opinion, basically washed away the sins of not drafting DK Metcalf or Justin Jefferson. It makes the Eagles clean. It makes the Eagles whole again, in my opinion. And I got to tell you, what surprises me more than anything about this offseason is that basically my opinion or narrative of Howie Roseman has changed a lot. Now, I'm not doing a full apology. I'm not doing an apology yet. We're not there yet. He's got to have one more good draft. But what Howie Roseman did, and the most impressive thing about what I think he did this offseason, was he said, I can admit my mistakes. That's exactly what he said. By trading for A.J. Brown, he admitted he messed up in drafting, or not drafting DK Metcalf, not drafting Justin Jefferson. It was an admission of a mistake. And I can respect that, man. I can respect that so much. You're never going to be perfect in the NFL. You're not going to draft every star. There's never going to have a GM like that. People are going to make mistakes. But the narrative we often get from Howie when it comes to the media and stuff is that he's this like little Napoleon guy sticking Carson Wentz's head in the toilet, telling him, get out there, I'll break your fucking head. We get the idea that he can't work with football guys, that nobody likes him, that he doesn't admit mistakes, that he blames everything on everybody. This is what we have learned and read and heard about Howie Roseman. But for him to go out and trade for A.J. Brown, it's the complete opposite. To me, Howie showed humility. He showed that he was willing to accept that he made a mistake and fix it. And that's the most important thing is when you make a mistake, you try to fix your mistake. And that's what he did. So, to me, that's the most impressive thing about Howie Roseman this whole season. I mean, he's made a lot of great moves, don't get me wrong. But to go out and fix the mistake that you made, not drafting DK and Justin Jefferson, I got to tell you, I think Howie Roseman is clean. I think he is forgiven of his sins. I can't hold it against him anymore. I don't hold it against him. That's why I haven't had a dream about not drafting DK Metcalf in months since the draft. So to me, this is the sign of a good GM. Okay, now I need another good draft. He's got to evaluate down. Still things got to happen before I get the apology. I'm holding out. But the most impressive thing about Howie Roseman is that he admitted a mistake. And it showed by trading a first-round pick to get A.J. Brown, okay? And speaking of A.J. Brown, I'm sure many of you guys have seen A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts are working out together, which is very, very cool. John Clark reported Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown are working out together before camp. I'm so excited playing with someone who thinks like me. I talk to him every day. He's a quarterback, I'm a receiver, so we get on the same page quick. AJ to me on playing with his best friend. So that's what A.J. Brown told John Clark. And look, I mean, how can you not be excited about this duo? I'm just so excited about this team. It's what I'm talking about. How am I supposed to wait? Like, literally, I gotta wait until the 26th for this. They better play in preseason. That's all I know. But, A.J. Brown coming to Philly is such a big move on so many fronts. Not just because the Eagles need another wide receiver, but like I said, it kind of lets you know that maybe the narrative, at least in my opinion, the media and what they've said about Howie Roseman, maybe they're not correct. Because it takes a man. It takes a man to admit a mistake and then fix that mistake. You know what I mean? Just imagine if Cowboy fans could actually start admitting their mistakes. Like, what, the last 30 years that they're wrong every year about their team? Hey, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But in all seriousness, I think that's the coolest thing with this whole thing. And I expect A.J. Brown to go out and to just light it up. Listen, there were three guys. There were three receivers that I cried about. First and foremost was DK Metcalf. I was crying about DK Metcalf because he was the first guy that had articles coming out saying he could be on the trade block. He could have contract issues, and then it was Deebo Samuel, then it was A.J. Brown. And as far as I'm concerned, the way I saw it, and I've said this in countless videos, go offer a deal for DK, a deal for Deebo, a deal for A.J. Brown. Whichever team accepts, you take. And that's what they did. And I think Jalen Hurts being friends with A.J. Brown helped a lot too. So, to me, there's no more bitterness about not getting DK Metcalf or Justin Jefferson because they made it right by getting it and keeping and trading for A.J. Brown. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. With that said, take care. Talk to you later, of course. Don't be a dingbat. So over the last few days, people have been asking me, do you know of any new Eagle fans? Are there any new Eagle fans out there that you know? Yes, there is. I'm going to introduce you to two of them. Okay, two of them. One we call Meeps, and the other we call Indiana Jones, because, well, very Indiana Jones-like. Here they are. Here are the kittens. Here's Meeps. Now that Meeps is the little runt of the litter, the smallest. This is one I've probably become most attached to. I'm probably gonna make my wife keep. Probably gonna keep him. And then this is I call this one Indiana Jones because it's the explorer. It's always out there in front of everybody else. But I had a few people ask me about how the kittens were going. I wanted to show you guys two of them. They're 5 weeks old now. They're great. They're great. It's crazy because I'm not really an animal guy, but boy, I've gotten attached to these kittens. There you go. Look, see what's going on. They're just the friendliest cats. They don't like being out like that. This one always likes to crawl up my shoulder, and then this one's just the calmest cat I've ever seen. Cool and collective. So yeah, those are the two new Eagle fans we got. The other three I'm working on. With that said, Denzel Washington